of the marketing for Hurix. I would like to welcome you all for a webinar. Thank you for joining in. To start with, I would be giving you a small introduction about Hurix as a company and the range of services that Hurix offers. Before I begin, here are some of the housekeeping things I would like to mention. We will be sharing the PPT and the recording to your respective email IDs. You could raise a question anytime during the webinar or post-webinar via chat, which is available in your GoToWebinar tool. I can see many of our participants are logging in, so let's give a couple of minutes for them. I want to use this time to ensure whether everybody can view our screen and hear us. Please respond via chat if you are facing any difficulties. Looks like everything's fine. That's good. Really good. All right, let's get started with the Hurix introduction. Hurix has been around for the past 16 years. It was incorporated in the year 2000. Though initially we were into content creation, very slowly we spread our tentacles to multiple domains. We are headquartered in Mumbai. We have two more development centers, one in Chennai and the other in Pune. Looking back in terms of creation of content, we have more than a million hours of rich content. Of late, in the last few years, we have been extremely adept in the creation of content in HTML5. Once again, in our 16 years of experience, we have created more than 20,000 learning objects. In terms of volume-based production, we are pioneers in automated ebook production. Our flagship product today, called Kitabu, is an automated platform for generation of ebooks. We use it in the background to develop automated ebook production. We have generated more than 5.5 million ebook pages. Over the years, Hurix has won industry-specific awards in all areas, be it the product development, be it the creative services, or the volume-based production services. We have clients spread across more than 20 countries, predominantly in US and Europe. But we are also progressing into other geographies as well. Here are some of the clients for you to look at. I'm going to pause a couple of seconds here for your convenience. We have launched 2 products into the market. One is Kitabu, which is an ebook generation platform, and the other is Dictara, which is a content authoring platform. Both the products have won Brandon Hall Excellence Awards. Recently, we have been repeatedly winning Brandon Hall Excellence Awards. Just to give you a quick idea on the range of services we provide to the market, I'm going to list out our services. Enterprise Learning Solution, Digital Educational Solution, Learning Management System Solutions, Quality Assurance Services, Apps and Mobile Solutions, Flash to HTML5 services. And our experience spans across multiple domains. I'm going to pause a couple of seconds so you can go through our domains. Having spoken about our product development, I would like to say a few words about our e-learning solutions as well. We create e-learning curriculum and course development, simulation development, virtual labs, high-end 2D and 3D animation and interactivities. As far as the educational publishers and institutions are concerned, we create ebook development as well as Inkling habitat-based content creation. In the area of technology services, we provide custom LMS solution to our clients. A range of services that we provide include LMS implementation and customization and Moodle specific customization. I'm going to pause a couple of seconds so you can go through our list. We provide independent quality assurance and testing services as well. Particularly, we do mobile app testing, content testing, production testing, technology and product testing. With this, the small introduction on the range of services provided by Hurix comes to an end. Now I hand you over to Jay Kumar, who's our Associate Vice President for Hurix Systems. He would be taking us through the webinar, Smart eBooks, Smarter Way to Go Digital.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Kiran, for the wonderful introduction, and I welcome you all, and I thank you for the active participation in today's webinar. The digital era we are in today is really witnessing a widespread growth of technology. As you all know, while we focus on this topic we have for today, we see that today's learning too is facilitated by technology in a big way. And we do also have some statistical data to talk about it. So the pie chart shows that 60% of readers who are young, who are less than 45 years old, they prefer using an ebook for reading, and this number is still increasing. And if you look at the number of students, the college-going students who own a tablet is increasing every year. And it is a very significant increase, and in the year 2011, we had only 7% of the total college-going students were owning a tablet device, but the same has increased threefolds, and it has gone up to 25% in the year 2012, and I am sure that by now it would have gone multiple times more than what it was in 2012. And in the same way, if we look at the number of users who use a smartphone, is up by 42%, and there are more than 11 million digital learners in the world today. If you look at the future, the kind of professionals and people who use mobile devices by the year 2018 and 2020, we understand that more than 70% of professionals will prefer conducting their work using a smartphone or a smart device. Similarly, the number of personal mobile phones that would be in use by 2020 is estimated to be at 10 billion. So these kind of advancements in technology is actually pushing us in providing content that would work wonderfully on these gadgets. So we are looking at two things here. Gadgets are getting very advanced, that they support electronic content, and the content is made in such a way that they work beautifully on these gadgets. So these advancements in this technology, the gadgets, the mobile phones, has definitely led to a technological advancement and the transformation in the way people learn. So this is very evident in some of the publishing houses, because they have increased their budget spend on producing digital books. I don't mean to say that the spend on producing a print book has come down, but the industry is seeing a sharp increase in the digital version of books. And with more and more books going the digital way, the learners also believe that in the next 5 years, the tablet devices will have an important role in learning. Almost half of the learning population feels that the integrated learning would help them in excelling in their studies. We are start seeing this change of late, with schools and colleges providing content to the students through a cloud-based integrated learning systems. Students also access their content on their notebooks, tablets, or even mobile phones. So on one hand, we have these innovations, advancements and development in technology. And on the other hand, we also see that the demands from today's learners, we call them as digital natives, are also increasing. Today's students do not want to go with the conventional way of learning that is very isolated. They want to break from this learning pattern and wants to get into a collaborative mode with more and more interactions with the instructors, their friends, co-learners, and others who would contribute in the same learning environment. They want their study materials to be more engaging, enriched with interactivities, full with video, audio, and other rich media. They also want the content to be personalized to suit their pace and learning styles. After all, we see people with different learning styles, different pace of learning, and the same content may not be suitable for everyone. The publishers and content creators have also understood these demands and have started creating content that have different typographies, that would include rich media, and that would support localization of content. The books that are presented today have very complex layout with sophisticated designs and orientation. And obviously, these kinds of books are very challenging and they pose a great challenge when it comes to create the digital versions of these books. So we see a transformation in learning happening in every quarter, let it be on the gadgets, on the content, the demands from the users of content, and also from the instructors and the institutions that provide these learning to the students. We have a paradigm shift in the way the content is delivered in classrooms nowadays. Gone are those days where a teacher merely uses a textbook or a notes in the classroom. With the contents being personalized and created to match the learning patterns and styles of individual learners, the instructors are also moving away from the traditional classroom techniques to a more sophisticated cloud-based delivery pattern. The students are allowed to learn at their own speed, use a variety of interactivities that would make them understand the concepts better. With collaborative and interactive learning in place, we strongly feel the rise in the usage of eBooks in schools, universities, and other institutions. The mode of delivery of these eBooks may vary. Some may use a local server to distribute, or some may use USB devices loaded with these eBooks, especially where the internet connectivity is not that quick, or some may use a cloud-based learning management system to host these ebooks and distribute them. Whichever be the medium, the ebooks would work the same way that they are intended to be. While the shift is definitely using ebooks, let us see why people prefer ebooks for reading. We have taken some survey among some people for different reasons why they would prefer an ebook to a print book. The different options are here, like people preferring an ebook while commuting or reading with a child, when they want to share the book with others, or quickly buying a book. So we see that the ebooks are topping the list, are topping their preference when it comes to reading or using a book while commuting, or when they want to buy a book very quickly, and also when people want to have a wide variety of choice for their selection. We also see that print books are also preferred in some of these categories, but on the whole, we see that the usage of ebooks is increasing. Apart from this list, we also see that ebooks are preferred because ebooks adjust. Just to give an analogy, they are like chameleons. They adapt to the environment they are into. They adjust themselves to whatever device that they are currently displayed on. So nowadays, ebooks are produced on one platform. For one platform, they would work beautifully in the same way on a smartphone or a tablet or any other e-reader without much difficulty, and there are standards that would maintain their fidelity. So this flexibility really provides a huge advantage over the old style PDF files. So the other one is the ebooks, they travel. Like when people want to read a very small portion of content while they're commuting or while they are on the move, it is much easy to do it on an ebook. When they do it on a tablet, they can save it, which can also get reflected on their mobile or laptop devices when they connect again back home. The third one is ebooks are changeable. The biggest nightmare for publishers is when they want to change a small portion of a print book which is already in distribution. It takes a different version for them to distribute again or print the entire book all over again. But in a digital version of the same book, they just have to change the page or change that specific content onto the cloud server, and it is there on the reader's tablet or any device of the choice. And let us not forget that ebooks are extremely useful for people with special needs. Children or readers who are dyslexic would find ebooks very friendly for them. And not to forget that with the advent of technology, with the advent of the social media, we see that the attention span of the learners have come down, and we see that it is much lesser than even a goldfish. So a bite-sized learning is in place, which means for a slow and bite-sized, packaged learning is much easier using an ebook than a print book. And these are some of the advantages that we would like to put across to you when you want to make a decision to go with an ebook compared to a printed book. And we also see that the growth is apparent and is very evident. There is a sharp increase in the creation, usage, and circulation of digital content. YouTube, for example, the kind of number of videos that are getting uploaded to the YouTube site is ever increasing, and there are several video sites that are used by educators, publishers, and institutions. Whittler, for example. So this is the growth. I'm talking about the chart shows the growth in the year 2014. So why are ebooks preferred, and why do we call ebooks the real smart way to go digital? The first reason is that ebooks are not just mere books. They provide much more than what a print book can provide to a learner. They are equipped with added features that make them really inevitable for today's learning. Apart from the navigational features that they present, the advanced features of an ebook also include a collaboration, a window to interact with fellow learners, to share their comments, notes, whatever they want to write down about whatever they feel about the content, and they can cross-verify or use the reference material and bring that material here and then share that with the co-learners. A powerful search engine, a tool to look for different contents with the keyword, on-page interactivities, audio facilities for learners who cannot follow the content, who are audio learners, sticky notes, highlighting text, and many more. So we don't want just a page turner, a book with just a navigation, a turning feature. We need ebook to be loaded with multiple features. So what can Hurix offer? I mean, what do we have to, as a response to this ever-growing demand from the digital natives, the different publishers and different institutions across the globe? What do we have in store to offer to these? The Hurix, the ebook solution from Hurix, a flagship product, is transforming the learning experience globally. Today, Hurix has its presence in many countries across the globe, serving several global publishers and educational institutions with this product. So what makes the ebook solutions from Hurix to be powerful? What is the difference? How does it make the publishing cycle easier? The basic tagline that we have here is to create, enrich, publish, and distribute. And all these happen in just 8 simple steps. So as you could see on the screen there are 8 steps that we follow in creating an ebook. The book PDFs that we get from the publishers or the materials are subjected into Kitabu, and with very minimal manual intervention, the ebooks that work on multiple platforms are published. The steps that are followed are quite straightforward. The production happens once, and the publishing can be done for multiple devices and formats. And today, the product Kitabu is capable of producing ebooks that are print loyal, which would ape the way the PDFs are built, which would work on a PC or a Mac, an iOS device, an Android device, and it can also give you an HTML5 output, which is platform agnostic. The product also can do reflowable and fixed format EPUBs. I was talking to you about the different features that a user would want to have on an ebook, and all those or much more are provided by the Kitabu based ebooks. I just want to invite your attention to the different aspects of it, which is shown on the screen here. The collaboration tool, a very powerful tool, interact with the co-learners and instructors, an interactive glossary and index for any quick reference that the users want to make while reading the book, sticky notes for taking notes while reading, and this can be shared with their students, with other students, User data. This is very important because the bookmarks, the notes, highlights, etc., which the user makes on the book while reading this book would be stored and can be seen by the teacher, who will have an overall rights over the students and the ebooks that they use. So they would know, the teachers would know what kind of highlighting or what kind of notes that a student is making on this ebook. The last one, you could see the student review button there. This is very critical for the teacher. This would track the number of pages that the student has navigated, or the kind of assessments that the student has taken, the time taken by the students to complete a chapter or a set of pages. These are tracked and are provided to the teacher for any analytics or any reporting. I mean, this is a very powerful tool for the teacher to review the performance of that specific student. So, I mean, these facilities are there in the ebooks that are produced through Kitabu, and much more here. The features that could be customized to meet the requirements of different learners: audio sync and text highlight. The publishers can decide the pace with which the audio should be read, the pace with which the highlighting should be done, whether the highlighting should be done for every word or for every sentence or for a paragraph level. All this could be achieved. If there are multiple speed audios for a slow learner or a fast learner, you can toggle between these two. We can include streaming video content, analytics and feedback that would track the user's data, synchronize notes, highlights, bookmarks across all devices. I would like to elaborate a little more on this. A student who makes on a move, like while traveling, he accesses the page, or he or she accesses the page, makes some notes and highlights, saves the content. Now the same would reflect on a laptop or any other tablet device that he or she would use back home or back at schools or institutions. So this is very useful for people not to, I mean, for they not losing their saved work, and which is getting reflected across multiple devices. So I would like to present some of the differentiators that Hurix would bring onto the table for publishers and institutions. The high levels of automation that is in place with Kitabu allows ebooks to be completed with impeccable quality and quick turnaround. I would say that the kind of manual intervention that we have while producing these ebooks is very less, which means that we are negating any possibility of manual errors creeping into the creation of these books, which will also mean that we are actually reducing the number of cycles, the revises that the ebooks would go through otherwise while you are taking a manual route. Which means the publishers are ready with this ebook to hit the market very quickly. This also provides the users to get a good improvement on their return on investment, because they are hitting the market quickly, their cycles of ebooks production is reduced, and also this automation gives them a huge benefit in their cost. And the books that are produced once using this platform, the other format can be published even at a later date when there is a requirement. Today, the publisher may need only maybe an iOS compatible ebook, but maybe down the lane, maybe a couple of months later, if the publisher feels that the MOBI format or an Android format of the same book is also required, the production need not go all over again, because the files produced are already there in the server, and that can produce the ebooks for the Android platform. So these kind of options make it highly advantageous for the publishers and people who want to make their books in the digital way. So with these kind of options and with these kind of offerings, we are very happy to be a part of success stories of many publishers for the past 16 years. As Kiran had given in his introductory speech, that we are really working, we are working with many publishers across the globe for the last 16 years for their execution of the digital strategies, and we have completed more than 5.5 million pages of rich interactive ebooks. There is always a support team that is ready for publishers to depend on. We have 8,000 plus person years of experienced digital solutions team. And today in the market, Kitabu's tools and products, I mean, the output of Kitabu is used by more than 6 million users. And we would be really happy to work with you to continue this execution of this digital strategy for whatever requirement that you would be having or you might have in the future. And I appeal to you that you may get in touch with us for any of your digital requirements. I thank you for your patience learning today, and I look forward to working with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jay Kumar, for the wonderful insight on eBooks. We are open for Q&A. Please feel free to post your questions. We will be closing our Q&A session in the next 5 minutes.
We see a question here. Still, there are very slow networks in few countries. How will your digital strategy be effective for them? I would take this as an opportunity to talk about one of our experience working with a publisher. When we made these ebooks and distributed to them on an USB stick, we executed about 75 different titles of or more of titles of ebooks. And we had produced more than 100,000 USB drives. All these drives are DRM protected, so the contents could not be taken stealthily by others. These would be available only for those users. So it need not be on a cloud-based delivery mechanism or a server-based mechanism. It can also be on a USB stick, and we have done this.
I hope that answered your question. Moving on, here's another question.
The other one is, do I need any external reader software in cloud-based learning? Yeah, I would say that for hosting these ebooks, I mean, I could talk about two things here: creating an EPUB and creating an ebook. For EPUB, the cloud-based, I mean, the contents could be downloaded to an iPad and could be read on the iBooks reader. And for Android, there are many readers that are doing the rounds in the market, which could be used. But for customized ebooks and customized EPUB, Hurix helps in creating the readers which are customized with the requirements from the publishers. We are working with many publishers creating EPUBs that would get into their customized readers. So we can either have the readers that are already in the market, or we can create customized readers to suit our needs.
We still are getting a lot of questions, but due to time constraint, we are unable to answer them. However, we will be replying these questions through email. So if you still have any questions which you would like to ask us, please feel free to mail me. My email ID is kiran.sriramagiri@hurix.com. We'd be more than happy to reach out to you and provide you solutions for your challenges. That's it from our side. Thank you.